In this video, we're going to talk about mean, median, and mode, MMM. Mean is just a fancy word for finding the average. The median is the middle. It used to be that there were medians on highways. Now we need the extra space for the extra lanes. And the mode is a number that repeats the most. So one of the things that benefits to this is I'm going to put things into numerical order, starting from smallest to largest. It looks like my smallest number here is a 34. I like to somehow mark that I've used that, just so I'm not going to repeat it again. Looks like then I happen to have actually two 40s. Now I'm going to stack them because eventually I need to add them. It just sets me up for that. Looks like I'll need a 47 and a 48. Let's see, 50s, 51, 56. Looks like I need a 62 next. And then a 79, 95, and finally 96. All right, so I've got it in my numerical order. The numbers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers to work with. Okay, so we'll start first with finding the average, or mean. What we're doing in that case is we're going to add them all up, we're going to get that answer, and we're going to divide it by 11. So 4 plus 7 is 11, plus 8 is 19, 20, 26, 27, 28, and sometimes I lose track, so I'm going to write him there. And then 9 and 5 is 14, plus 6 is 20. So my whole column is 48. Another technique you can use too is to go, I've got a 3, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s, which is 20, 2 5s, which is 10, a 6, a 7, and 2 9s. I've just shrunk it down however you want to do that. 3 and 7 is 10, 6 and 8 is 14, making 24, 2, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm going to throw that in there, divide it by 11, not a bad number. 11 will go into 64 5 times. When I subtract here, I have 98. Oh, so close. We'll go into that 8 times. Now, technically speaking, because we want accuracy, I'm going to add my decimal so I can bring down another 0. Let's go a few more times here. So 99 is 1. This is a great one here. If I bring down this 0, 11 can't go into 10. So above that, I'll throw in a 0. I'll bring another one down, and I happen to have a repeater here. That's going to go into that 9 times. Now, the reason why I went out 3 again is I can round to the hundredths, and I can say 58 point, looking at the hundredths here, 9's going to drive me over, 91. So my average is 58, 91. I think it's really good to look at where that sits as well. Let me get rid of some of my calculations here. If I look at where that 58, 91 sits, it's somewhere between my pattern that way. It's probably just the weight of the ones below it are heavier. So average doesn't always represent a visual sense of things, which is why we sometimes will look at median. Median is the middle number. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find that middle number counting inward. So I'm going to count from my 2 ends, and move my way in, one position each time. And sometimes this is easier just with your fingers. Moving it in, So 51 represents my median, which, looking at my pattern, it seems to kind of fit. It doesn't represent my number, if you would. So we have two different values that way. As far as the number that we see the most, kind of came out as we were writing things down because we had a duplicate. We would say 40. Now the question might come up, what if I'm looking at my median and I happen to have an even amount of numbers that way? So let's say, for example, we had 40 and 44 and we marked them both off, but there's nothing in the middle. You'll want to take the average of those two. So if I add them up, take 84 and divide it by 2, I would say that my median is a 42. And I can kind of see that now. That's a little more obvious. So an odd number like this 11 left me with an odd guy that didn't pair up. If it's an even amount, we go back to using the average to find that median.